Okay, so let's start Yersinia. And what I'll do, I used help there, but what I'll do here is use the graphical user interface just to make it easy. So -G or -G. I know it's an alpha, that's okay, I'll click OK. What we're going to do here is use a DHCP attack. So I'm going to launch an attack using DHCP. We're going to implement a denial of service attack on the DHCP server. So I'm going to click OK now, and notice a lot of traffic is being sent to the DHCP server. I'll actually turn off the debug, so the command is unall or undebug all. Otherwise I'm going to overwhelm my GNS3 network. Show IP DHCP binding. Notice a lot of IP addresses have been allocated, up to 15 at the moment. Let's see what's going on here. The attack has been born. Sending some discovers. Let's launch the attack again. You can see as an example that OSPF neighbor relationship went down because of the traffic on the network. So if I list the attacks, I'll stop that discover message. Notice, however, that lots of IP addresses have been allocated by the router. So we're already at 99. If I look at my pool once again, we've got an exclusion range from 100 to 254. So IP addresses will only be allocated from 1 to 99. So show IP DHCP binding again. We've got a whole range of IP addresses allocated. This IP address is allocated to the victim computer. So we want to remove that IP address so that the victim computer doesn't get it. But we've essentially now filled up the DHCP pool with IP addresses. If a new host joins the network, or in this example, to replicate that, I'll stop this host and start it up. It won't be able to get an IP address because we've used up all the IP addresses in the pool. So what I'll do is launch that denial of service again. We want to make sure that this IP address is no longer available for the victim computer. You can see here that a lot of DHCP messages are being sent into the network. So I'll stop that attack. And let's see if that worked now. So when I start up this host, what IP address is it going to get? Notice no IP address has been allocated to this victim computer. No IP address on Ethernet, 0. Now what I can do is keep on sending DHCP discover messages so that this host will never get an IP address. We essentially want to fill up the pool so that no IP address can be used by the client. And that's what we've done here. You just need to be careful with this in GNS3 because you can overwhelm your network. So I'm going to let that run. But what I'm going to do now is set up a rogue DHCP server.